want to lead a group of people to something, you got to know what that thing is. I mean, it doesn't always have to be the clearest vision, but you have to at least have an idea of what you're working to.
Appreciate you. For those who disagree, please take a seat at the table. For any of you that disagree, go ahead.
We can't go more than once, right?
Just go, Pop. If you're standing, that means you disagree, so please take a seat. We need to fill all the seats.
I promise
It's not wasting. So then you have to encourage others to work. Yes, in order to lead, excuse me, Chris.
He disagrees.
So Chris, in order to lead, leaders should have a clear vision or direction. If you're still standing, that means you disagree. So I need 2 more seats to be filled.
Yo, come on, y'all gonna say it?
Come on, girls. Come on. I can't be the only one up here.
In order to lead, leaders should have a clear sense of vision or direction.
Come on. Leaders lead, period. So 2 of y'all, come on, let's go. All right, I'm gonna close my eyes. 5, 4.
Fellas, there's still a seat.
3. 1 more. 2. 2.5.
Okay.
2 3/4.
Oh, that's it. Okay, pardon me. Whoever's with that, pardon me. All right. So now, for those who disagree, why do you disagree to that statement?
What was the statement again?
In order to lead, leaders should have a clear vision or direction.
All right, first of all, when you start leading, you don't know everything. And leading is it's something that you learn to do. You're not, well, people are born leaders, but
You're talking to them. Or to Leo,
you
honestly.
guys don't know exactly like how to do certain things. Like for example, you could be in a different job position as I am, or you know, in this case, I don't know how to lead like Drew does, but I know how to lead in my own lane. Therefore, you don't always have to know what you're doing, and it's a trial and error kind of thing.
Keep going.
Oh, I have to go next. Okay. I feel like, just going off of what she said, you definitely don't always know what you're doing, like when you start it. So the vision doesn't always have to be 100% clear. Like obviously, you know, you want to lead and everything. It doesn't mean you know exactly what to do or the path that you're going to take. Because stuff comes up, things change. You don't know if you're always going to be able to go down the same path.
Keep going.
I would say the fact
Support is
that
free. Go ahead.
We don't know, like, we're born, we don't know what's in store for us in life. That's what makes life, at least to me. Like, the fact that we're thrown into this world and we, through trial and error, like she said, we learn what we're into, what we're not, what is for us, what's not. That's like the beauty of everything. So I feel like the fact that we do not have that clear vision, that's what makes us real leaders. The fact that we don't know what's in store, but we're ready for it when it does come.
Yes, similar to what bro said. I think that when you're leading, at times you may not know exactly what to do, but what a leader is to me is someone who makes the best of a decision when they don't know what to do. And it may not be a clear path, but as long as you make the best of the opportunity that you're given, then you're a leader.
I think leadership, there shouldn't be an objective. Like, if you have the vision or not, there could be times of uncertainty where like you wouldn't know what to do. So in those moments is like where you really gotta like step up and just lead or just do it. Because at the end of the day, if you get put in a leadership position and you don't know what to do, at the end of the day you have like just the motive, you know, vision or not, you have to lead regardless if it's there or not.
Good points. Thank you. Go back.
Good job. Good job.
All right. Now, as remember, those people who just went, now we're going to need new people to start seating at these seats. Got it? All right. Next one. Leaders are born, not taught. If you agree, take a seat.
Say it again?
Leaders are born, not taught.
Wait, can you go multiple times? Like, can you sit down multiple times?
Oh, no, because you were late, so you didn't hear. Sorry. No shade.
No, it's not good.
It was the elevator. Leaders are born, not taught. If you agree, take a seat. Okay? And if you disagree, take a seat.
You disagree?
So that means they're saying leaders are taught, not born.
Wait, disagree? Oh, wait.
Leaders are taught, not born.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
So Gio, you agree.
I
So please get up. People who agree, take a seat. People who agree.
Yeah, I was agreeing with
Don't sit down.
Leaders are born, not taught. If you agree, take a seat. Leaders are born, not taught. Take a seat. Gio, just you?
I guess.
Everybody else good?
Yeah.
Do we understand as well?
Yeah.
No? Good? Okay, so all of y'all disagree. Got it. Gio, why do you agree?
I mean, you don't really need to, honestly for leadership, you don't really need to be taught for that. You already have that in you. It's just that it takes the time to develop once you grow, and like, yeah, it just takes time. Sometimes you can show it in multiple ways without teachings, because, you know, sometimes the professors don't always have to be the teachers. Sometimes you gotta teach yourself how to do it.
Point, Gio. For those who disagree, take a seat. Good point.
What's up, Jim?
Good point, Gio. I like that. All right, for those who join the conversation later and disagree, why do you disagree to the point that leaders are born, not taught?
While I think some skills you could be born with, I think that there's a lot that we need to learn from each other and like discover with ourselves that could be applied in a like sense of leadership. So like, for example, while you could always be like a nice person, you may not know what a specific situation or a specific person needs, and those are like skills and traits that you could learn throughout time and throughout experience. And I don't think that you could be born with all that knowledge at the time.
Also, you don't have to go in order. You can just converse.
just chat.
You can just chat. Go.
Honestly, after you. Honestly.
Nah, you said.
No, it says-
There we go.
I'll go.
That boy.
So the main thing, because it says leaders are born, not taught. The thing that stands out to me is taught, and the reason why is because personal experience, and I've seen it myself. Everything, the word that comes to mind with me is growth, and that's one thing that a leader always has. It's growth, and from my experience, when I started out here, people that know me, I wasn't the person I am now. So, and the reason why I'm like able to like help out other people comes with growth. So the main factor there is mainly growth. So yeah.
To piggyback on what he said, I'll use me as an example as well. In high school, I didn't do anything leadership-wise. I was just a kid trying to play baseball. If you would have told me now, like 5-6 years later, I would be student body president at my school, I would have called you crazy. I'm like, okay, yeah, we could all dream. Let's be realistic. Leadership is one of those things where until you don't actually do it, I feel like you learn more doing leadership experience than being born with it. You're only born with a couple things, and even then you have to be taught everything.
I also believe in everything in life you need to be taught something. Like walking, reading, talking. A big part of leadership is communicating with other people. Like you're taught that. And also, growth is a big part of becoming a leader. If you're not constantly adapting and being accountable for the people around you, how are you going to lead those people? You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm here, I'm a born leader, you have to give me that respect. That's also something that is earned through communication and respecting others and learning from others and being able to adapt around different people. You can't just be born with that. Those are traits that you learn over time with even seeing other leaders and like absorbing everything that's around you. That's a big part of being a leader.
I feel like from a young age, we're pretty much told like we're not really born. I don't believe that we're born with anything. I also agree with that we have to be taught everything. And from a young age, we're not exactly told to lead, if that makes sense. I feel like you're always taught to listen to other leaders in your life, and then at some point in your life, there's a point where now they give you the choice. Okay, now you have everything. Now it's your turn. Are you going to lead, or are you going to continue to be led? And at that point in your life, whenever that is for you, I feel like that's when you have to step up to be a leader. It's not something that you're born with automatically, because you have to be you have to be cultivated in a way that you'll be ready to take on leadership when your time comes.
Very good. Good job to the group. All right. Remember, if you have not gone yet, you should be stepping up now for the next one. This one, again, for me, I have no preference. I'm doing this to see who can engage with one another and also who speaks respectfully and brings up their points. Remember, talk about points from your experience, whether from this semester or in your life. So this next one will get dicey. Ready? And remember, if you just went, you cannot sit again.
But if you want like 2 songs, like.
So this one, yeah, if you went the first one, then you could go now. But if you just went, you can't sit back down. This one is women. Women are better leaders than men.
Whoa.
If you agree, take a seat. This is all agreed. This is all agreed. So you agreed that excuse me fellas. Edward, arrange it. So, all of you agree. See it. Anybody else want to take a seat? Cool. So y'all agree that women are better leaders than men. All right. So now that you agree, please speak to each other why you agree to that statement that women are better leaders than men.
So, at least from my perspective, I believe it's that women are better in when it comes to emotional. So, like, trying to see, like, the other person, how they're feeling and getting them involved. Because for leadership, at least, I believe it's not only, like, oh, their work, but also how they treat others and how they get others involved as well. So, I believe women are better at doing that.
Again, you don't have to keep going in this order, just talk.
So my view is simple. So my mom, she puts me in check. My girl, she puts me in check. Drew's girl puts him in check. So I'm just saying.
It is recorded. I'm gonna ask Liz after. She gonna go back.
So to add on to like an emotional perspective, yes, women lead emotionally, but I also do think when it comes to decisions, a lot of men, they do decisions and they don't think, and other men support it, even though it's not the right thing. So some women do put men in check in terms of making the right decisions and acting accordingly. So I do see a lot of girls, like they don't like those guys that are all the time cocky. Like be humble, be real. At the end of the day, those type of people who are, I guess, valued more because they're more of a, what is the word, like a good Samaritan, good human being, like a good figure. So that person that's cocky though, that's not a leader. You're showing off the wrong thing, you know what I mean? So I feel like women see that more than men. And just in that realm, like it's easy, like just growing up, you do the bad thing, your mom automatically is gonna be the first one to hit you. Like, yo, get in check. So I feel like just like growing up, that's just something like we're always surrounded with.
I feel like to be a leader, you need to be accommodating. I feel like women are more accommodating than men. I also agree with what he said, that if you really check, like women in our lives, mothers, aunties, sisters, whoever, are the ones that actually take charge, and men just like, follow that back. And I feel like women are more like decision makers. I believe so. And so yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, I want to agree with what everyone said. My reason for why I feel like women are better leaders is because, like, what you guys said about the emotional aspect, but I'm also thinking about how, like, I hope nobody's feelings get hurt, but I feel like men, when it comes to making decisions and things like that, they tend to be, number one, very impulsive and very, like, hard-headed when it comes to, like, sometimes they're just really stuck in their ways. And when it comes to, like, I guess getting new, like, constructive criticism and things like that, I feel like they're not as easily accepting when it comes to that type of stuff as women. And to be a leader, you need to be able to take that type of criticism and stuff. So, yeah.
So I want to agree with with what Destiny said, I just feel like it's the aspect of like, it's true what they say, men make very impulsive decisions. And like, scientifically, like, okay, not to hurt your feelings, but y'all take a little longer to mature in the aspect than women. Women mature a lot faster than men. And I'm saying that in a way like, I know like, look at yourselves now today. Back then y'all would think like little me like would have never thought I would have been here today. Like, y'all probably was, you know, I don't know like how y'all was as kids, as like teenage boys, but you do tend to know that teenage boys are like very like immature, and it takes them a long time to mature into a man. And it takes them a long time to learn a lot of things. And I feel like women in the aspect, not only emotional, but I feel like women are less biased than men. And I say that because for years, like, men ruled and women were just in the house. And then it's like, once like women were actually allowed to lead and step into those positions, like, I feel like a lot of stuff started to change. And men always see it as, oh, women, they could do like the easy work because they're women or whatever. But same thing, like everybody always says, like the same thing a man could do, a woman could do it too. So I feel like they do mature. I mean, they do like lead better.
Dang, ended off with me. I have to come up with something good now. But I agree with everyone. But I was thinking like, I was just thinking about like how like, cause I have had a lot of jobs, so I've worked with, you know, a lot of men and women, and I just see like the difference, like when you know, like I'm going through something, I notice like the difference in like how like managers would approach me, I guess you could say, like when women tend to like care more, like, hey, like I noticed like, you know, say you've been calling out a lot, like what's going on, and trying to understand and like work with you versus like a man. I've noticed he's been like, oh, you've been calling out, like what's going on, like someone gotta give, like, you know, like so like creates so much like tension and like stress in the work environment versus trying to, you know, try to fix it and like resolve it and make it better, you know, like that's how I see it. Like that's how like women could be more accommodating and like understanding, and I feel like that could make, you know, any like business successful if you're like, if you work like that, because then you keep your employees, you'll keep them happier, because that's what happened to me. I quit when my manager stressed me out too much, because I know there are other places that could treat me better or work with me better. So,
well, let me keep 3 of you there, and then 3 of you can get off, because I'm going to put 3 disagreeers in the chair. So 3 of you can stay, 3 of you can leave.
True. Can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel like the word that y'all are looking for was apathetic. Women tend to be more apathetic and good with handling emotions, and that's a big thing with like dealing with people.
Hey, yo! Athena, can you just define?
Yo, that low-key is